Metro Police need your help finding the person responsible for stealing a race car from a business over the weekend. Andrew Nomura spoke exclusively to the owner, who says that the car is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he's joining us now live from Metro headquarters. This is a really big steal, Andrew.
Yeah, it's exactly right, LaToya. Just imagine working so hard to build something, putting your blood, sweat, and tears to it just to have thieves steal it. That's what happened to Charles Moore and the team there at Battleborn Off-Road when thieves took off with their race car in the wee hours of Sunday morning. Thankfully, it was all caught on surveillance video. Caught on surveillance, thieves speeding through the parking lot at this strip mall near Flamingo and Valley View.
Freeway, they're going about 60 miles an hour inside the parking lot, so they were definitely in a hurry.
Moments later, they take off with Battleborn Off-Road's company trailer and their prized possession.
Well, I was hoping that the neighbors had borrowed the trailer, and then I realized, no, we left the car in there.
Not just any car, a race car. Owner Chase Moore says it took 3 years for him and his team to build, costing nearly $200,000 worth of work. They were planning to unveil it at several off-roading races later this year.
It's really frustrating. You know, we've worked really hard. We've spent a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. Everything that we've invested into that vehicle came from the business.
Moore says Metro detectives are on the case looking for the crooks. He and his team are now left to rebuild what was stolen.
If you really want something that bad, get a job and work for it. I bust my butt every day with my business. I've built up a good business over the last couple years, and it's pretty devastating for someone to come in and take that from me.
Well, if you have any information that can crack this case, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers at 385-5555.
There's a new police chief in Henderson, and after a contentious relationship between labor unions and the prior administration, officers really hope that Chief Holly Chadwick is just what the department needs.
In tonight's Operation Crime and Justice report, News 3's Denise Rosh sits down with Chief Chadwick to discuss her plans for moving past that drama and keeping the city safe.
The new chief is no stranger to Henderson, having been with the department for 21 years, working everything from patrol to lieutenant over SWAT and K-9. Now, Holly Chadwick says she's ready for her next assignment as head of the agency.
I am humbled and grateful and just excited.
Henderson Police Chief Holly Chadwick knows the community is watching.
I love that people want to watch us because I will set a good example and make sure I'm doing the right thing by everyone.
A 21-year veteran of the force, Chadwick became a police officer following 9/11, moving her way up through the ranks of Henderson PD.
As an officer, I was able to work on a DEA task force, so I got a little bit understanding of the federal system, but also narcotics initiatives. I've worked for rope and intelligence units. I've worked for our SWAT team as their commander, which was a tremendous experience.
And she's just getting started.
And faithfully perform
all the duties.
All the duties.
As police chief.
As police chief.
For the city of Henderson.
For the city of Henderson.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Chief Chadwick, congratulations.
On Tuesday, Chief Chadwick took the oath of office during a special city council meeting, receiving a standing ovation from an audience packed with Henderson police officers.
We are very excited about Chief Chadwick coming in. She's an excellent choice.
Andrew Regenbaum is executive director of Nevada Association of Public Safety Officers, who believes Chadwick will help close the door on a difficult chapter for the department.
Unfortunately, she inherits still some of the messes from the prior administration that still need to be cleaned up.
In November, the unions that represent Henderson police officers and supervisors issued a vote of no confidence in the prior chief, Thedrick Andrus, alleging discrimination, harassment, and attempted union busting. Tensions boiling over during a city council meeting that same month.
We don't want to be here. We don't want to be doing this. We don't like this public forum of all this stuff, but we have some problems.
We come asking for help and you shut us down.
By February, Andrus had resigned. As a former union president herself, Chadwick says she understands collective bargaining.
Part of the initiatives that I put in place is making sure that everybody is at the table and gets an opportunity to be part of the problem solving.
And Chadwick takes over as Henderson continues to experience explosive growth. A new police substation near the Raiders practice facility is set to open as early as next month. And just this week, the personal finance technology company MoneyGeek.com named Henderson the third safest large city in the nation, exactly where Chief Chadwick is focusing her time and energy, protecting Henderson families.
That's what we do every day. We review data, we ensure that the crime statistics are where we need them to be, and we put our resources where they're supposed to be.
Chadwick says the department is also actively recruiting for new officers. And as chief, she's not afraid to explain what sets her city apart.
There's so many things that the city of Henderson does, and we're one huge component of that, and that's making sure everyone feels safe so that they can enjoy the parks, the Golden Knights watch parties, everything they do, the lifeguard arena, Dollar Loan Center. So much positive goes on in this valley, and the fact that we get to contribute and wear this badge every day and serve our community, it's just a true blessing.
Wildlife officials know spring is here when they get a surge of calls about birds. Many Valley residents calling this week asking how to save a bird that's fallen from the nest.
Which is pretty useful news to us too, because we're actually getting ready for our own baby birds right in our own parking lot, which is kind of fun.
It is.
And that is where we find our Ophelia Young.
Yeah, LaToya, Jim, I'm outside in our parking lot where some of us have been watching this mama bird in the corner of the carport that has been sitting on her, what I assume is her eggs for the last 2 days. We're also noticing a vigilant papa bird swooping at other birds. So here is some advice to everyone at the station. If over the next few weeks, one of her birds falls out of the nest and you find that poor thing on the ground, you'll want to identify the stage first. For example, if it has little hairs like the chicks you see here, they are nestlings. A friend shared this photo of her nest behind her trellis. And if the bird is even younger with no feathers and closed eyes, it is considered a hatchling. If you find a hatchling or a nestling on the ground, you can pick them up and put them right back in their nest. Just wash your hands before and after. But if you find a fledgling, which still looks awkward but has some adult feathers and is hopping around, leave it alone as much as you want to help.
This is the stage of its life where it needs to learn how to be a bird, grow those muscles so it can fly, and figure out where its food sources are coming from and what it needs to do to be a bird.
So in general, you'll want to leave active nests like this one alone. They are protected by Migratory Bird Treaty Act, and it is illegal to remove them. Nesting and hatching seasons last into midsummer, and the Department of Wildlife says this season could be more active as rainy winter means more resources for all wildlife. For more information on what to do if you find a fallen baby bird, you can go to our website, news3lv.com. Click on this story, and you'll find a handout from the Nevada Department of Wildlife.
Subscribe to News 3 on YouTube at News 3 Las Vegas.